Who is this? Oh, hi, how are you? Sorry, I didn't know who that was. How are you? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah. Sure. Of course. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Sure. That sounds good. Absolutely. Do you mind giving me her name, date of birth again, if you don't mind? Perfect. You said Clarice is the first name. I'm sorry. Awesome. Perfect. All right. Perfect. We will get that taken care of. Thank you. No, of course not. We just spoke to Dr. Green. Do you mind giving me contact information?
All right, guys, welcome back to our Poop Tip Tuesday. Yay, yay. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. Sorry, Poop Tip Monday. We got to change the name. So if you're joining for the first time, my name is Dr. Islam, and yes, I am your poop guru. On Mondays, I go live on my social media streams to answer your questions you guys have. If you have a question, put it in the comments down below so I can read those questions and hopefully answer them in the next 30 minutes or so. All right, I'm excited to be joining you. I'm excited to get back on schedule. I know on Labor Day, last Monday, I was off. You guys were off. Hope you guys had a great Labor Day weekend. It's been a while, so I spoke to you guys as well. And hope you guys had a great weekend. Man, my weekend was on point. Yes, my Longhorns, they won. They beat Alabama. I was so excited. You know me, I'm a huge Longhorn fan. And the football games were on point as well. The Cowboys won yesterday, 40-0. My goodness, what a game. It was a great football weekend. I'm so happy that football is back. All right, if you're joining for the first time, my name is Dr. Islam, and yes, I'm a board-certified gastroenterologist trained at the Mayo Clinic. Every Monday around this time, I go live on all my social media streams to answer your questions you guys have for me as your poop guru. Think of me as the guy that can give you the information you need to make sure your gut is back on track. If you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button, like, share, and subscribe, and let me know where you guys are watching this at, and let me know if you're watching this live or on the replay as well, because I like to know where my audience is, but also I want to see exactly if you guys are getting the video that I'm doing right now as well. So hope you guys join me today. We have a great show today on today's Poop Tip Tuesday. We'll discuss exactly what affects your poop and actually how your poop goes. We'll discuss exactly what it means to be constipated, what are some more common causes, and some of the remedies and things that I recommend as your poop guru. And I'm going to go over any questions you guys have in the live stream as well. So I'm really excited to start today. So first off, I'm going to talk about a topic that became known last week. Bruce Springsteen, the boss, he got hospitalized for peptic ulcer disease symptoms. What is going on and what happened? All right, so I'm a huge Bruce Springsteen fan. I love the boss. I listened to his music growing up, and I read that he got diagnosed with peptic ulcer disease and had to be hospitalized for that. What exactly is going on? So peptic ulcer disease, you may have seen this on my Instagram stories or reels where I talked about this last week, but we'll go into more details. So peptic ulcer disease is actually whenever you have an ulcer in your stomach. And there are two main reasons why people can develop an ulcer. One is an infection from a condition called H. pylori, very common condition. A lot of people have this. Comment down below if you've had this or you know somebody who's had this as well. A second common reason to get an ulcer is if you take a medication that can predispose you to develop an ulcer. Things like Aleve, naproxen, Advil, Motrin. This is known to tear up your gut, to make your gut worse, and develop an ulcer as well. So how do you know if you have an ulcer? What are the symptoms of an ulcer? Let me go over a couple of them. Number one is really bad pain right in your sternum, right in the middle right here of your chest where the microphone is. That is a very common symptom of an ulcer, especially a pretty significant ulcer. Number two is you have a poor appetite. You're not eating as much. You get full very quickly. These are signs of an ulcer occurring inside your stomach that can cause these symptoms to occur. Number three, if you have black stools, that is a sign of a bleeding ulcer, which you don't want to ignore or to just, blow off. Or if you're vomiting blood, that is a sign of an ulcer as well. Next, if you are anemic or your blood count is low, so even if your blood count is low and you don't see any loss of blood, that could be a sign of an ulcer as well. Or significant weight loss is unexplained, that could be a sign of an ulcer. So these are signs that we look for whenever we're talking to our patient to see exactly what is going on, and it helps bring up red flags to see if there's an ulcer or ulcer-like symptoms that could be causing issues. So I'm not Bruce Springsteen's doctor, but these may be the signs that his doctor wanted to see what's going on. So if I have someone sorry, I can't speak. If I have somebody come to see me who has these symptoms and I'm worried about, hey, I think this person has an ulcer, what am I going to do? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is push you on a medication to help heal up those ulcers. So the only way to heal up an ulcer is to put you on an acid medication. You cannot heal ulcers naturally. You can't take supplements to help heal up an ulcers. You have to take an acid medication to heal up those ulcers. It's the only way it's going to get taken care of. Then number two, we're going to take a look with an upper endoscopy or a scope to see exactly what's going on so we can find out exactly if you have an ulcer. We can actually visualize, do you have an ulcer or not? And if we do, we can certainly treat it at that time and or find the cause of why you may be having the ulcer, whether it's taking biopsies for a reason, we can check for H. pylori, or to see exactly what is going on. Like, once again, I don't know, I'm not Bruce Springsteen's doctor, but this is most likely the steps that occurred whenever somebody has an ulcer to see exactly what's going on. If you are worried that you may have an ulcer, come see us at Lubbock Gastro. We can find out exactly what's going on and determine if that's the case. Let me know in the comments down below if you suffered from an ulcer and exactly what happened and what your experience has been. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. All right, so that's kind of our breaking news about what happened in the world today. If you're joining me for the first time, my name is Dr. Islam, and every Monday I go live around this time to answer your questions you guys have about your GI health. If you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button, like, share, and subscribe. Also, let me know if you're watching this live or on the replay. I love to see where my audience is from. We've had people all over the world tune in live. And so let's see who's the winner today. If you have a question you want me to try and answer, put it in the comments down below so I can see if I can answer those as well. Christina, thank you for watching the live stream. New 3331, thank you for watching as well. So thank you for for doing that. And DJ Genus, thank you for watching every day as well. So let's answer your question. So Christina asks, what if the poop color is varied? Sometimes it can go lighter or darker. What does that mean? So poop color is a very important topic. So let's talk about this. So out of all the things you can do to make sure that you are healthy, the most important thing you can do is literally spend a couple of seconds looking at your poo before you flush it down the toilet. Your poo is the check engine light to see exactly what's going on in your body. And your poo will tell you if there's something bad that's going on. So what we need to determine is what is considered normal poo and what is considered abnormal poo. So let's talk about the normal. Normal is brown. Any shade of brown, whether it's light brown, dark brown, or any brown, brown is exactly what you want to. That's the color that you want. What's also considered pretty normal is yellow. Yellow can be a sign of either fat or bile that's secreted into the colon and goes into your stool. That's considered normal as well. Green is considered normal as well, and that's perfectly fine. Green can be due to vegetables, plants, or maybe you had something green that could be causing your stool to be green. That is perfectly normal. What is not normal is consistently pale colored stools. If you have consistently pale colored stools, you may need to get evaluated for maybe some pancreas issues to see what's going on. What certainly is not normal are black stools. Black stools are a sign of bleeding in the upper GI tract, and that's something that needs to be investigated to make sure everything's doing okay and to make sure nothing's bad's going on. And certainly any blood in the stool, even a little bit of blood, even a small speck of blood is never normal and should not be ignored and should be evaluated to see what's going on. Unfortunately, I've diagnosed plenty of individuals who had what they thought was just hemorrhoidal bleeding or a little bit of blood, and in which they did not realize that something was going on inside their colon until we actually took a look, and we actually were able to save their life to prevent them from developing something bad in the future. So don't worry about what is normal, because it's perfectly fine, and it's okay if your stool color changes as long as it changes within the normal spectrum of what we're looking for. But don't ignore the things that you should be evaluating to see what's going on. Don't forget, check your stool. It's probably the most important thing you can do to keep yourself healthy, keep yourself going, and to make sure everything is doing okay. Great question. Once again, if you're joining for the first time, my name is Dr. Islam. I'm a board-certified gastroenterologist trained at the Mayo Clinic. Come see us, Lubbock Gastro, for all your GI needs. If you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button, like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, don't forget to let me know if you're watching this live or on the replay. And let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions you want me to answer on today's live stream as well. All right. Gina, thank you for watching. And perfect. All right, sounds good. So let's go into the next question that was asked. Hey, Dr. Islam, what exactly happens whenever you have a bowel movement? What is the science behind having a bowel movement? Let's talk about this. So your digestion actually begins when you first see food. The visualization of seeing food actually starts the process of actually getting your salivary glands ready, and you start to secrete acid in your stomach. So the mere sight of seeing food actually begins digestion. So what happens is whenever you eat, the digestion begins inside your mouth. And in your mouth, that's when you actually have the certain enzymes that are there that can break things down. It goes into your stomach, in which you have to break down a food until its smallest components, until it gets smaller, smaller, and smaller. And then eventually it goes into your small intestine, where the vast majority of absorption occurs. And if you have a problem in your small intestine, this can lead to certain malnutritional disorders, including things like vitamin deficiencies and mineral deficiencies as well. So we tend to focus on small intestinal diseases if we're worried about some sort of deficiency or something else going on. And as it snakes through the whole entire small intestine, it will eventually go into your colon, where you have further absorption of water and you release anything else that you don't need. Now, what exactly can affect what's going on whenever you have bowel movement? It's pretty much anything that goes from the mouth all the way to your bottom. Any part of that area that can be affected can affect how you poop and the frequency of pooping and any change in your pooping as well. So there are about 6 things I try to break it down into in terms of what can actually affect your stool. So number 1 is how healthy your GI tract is. This is probably one of the most important things that we can change and we can adapt. If you have a healthy gut, there's an excellent chance you'll be pooping in a healthy way and you won't have any issues. And if any part of your gut is unhealthy or affected, that can really affect how you poop and how you use the restroom as well. Number 2 is diet. You are what you eat. And if you eat like crap, you're going to feel like crap, and you may even poop like crap as well. And so you really have to change what you put into your body, because it goes through the whole digestive process in order to break down the foods that you're eating. I had somebody come to see me today, in fact, who told me that I don't understand why I feel terrible. I talked about their diet, and she told me, I eat a corn dog every single day. Let me tell you, eating a corn dog is not the way to improve your diet. It's not going to make things better for you. And so what you eat is really going to affect how you feel as well. Number 3 is the motility of your gut, how things move throughout the GI tract, how things move in the esophagus, in the stomach, in the small intestine, in the colon, and in the rectum as well. Any part of your GI tract that is affected by its motility is going to affect how you poop and how you use the restroom as well. Number four certainly is stress. Stress plays a huge role in the way our GI tract works. Stress can slow down your gut to make it harder to use the restroom and make reflux symptoms worse and constipation worse, or it can speed up your gut to make constipation better but make diarrhea a lot worse as well. So stress certainly plays a role when it comes to your gut health as well. And then number 5, medications that we take. The common medications that can affect your gut include blood pressure medications and pain medications as well. And this can really affect what's going on. And then lastly, lifestyle. How you work out. Do you work out? Do you sleep correct? These are things that can really affect what's going on inside your GI tract as well. So if you want to figure out if your GI tract is out of whack or not working correctly, we want to pinpoint these 6 things to see if we can make an adjustment to that, make it better, and hopefully improve what is going on whenever you have any gut issues as well. So just kind of keep that in mind. All right. Question from Daily Markets: is milk and magnesium safe to take every single day? So the general answer to this is typically yes, it is safe to take every single day. Keep in mind, though, you always want to speak to your healthcare provider about whether you can take a medication for that. And my question for you and for anyone who has to take this every single day is, why are you taking this every single day? Is there something going on that we need to address? Is there something going on that we need to assess? Is there something going on that we need to determine if there's something that we need to get taken care of or to fix as well? And so you want to understand the reason why. Why are you having to do that? And if that's the case, we need to find out exactly what can we do to get that taken care of. And come see us where we can help determine if that's the case as well. All right, great question here. Let me check a couple of things here, guys, because I need to make sure. So once again, if you're joining me for the first time, my name is Dr. Islam, and yes, I am your poop guru. My passion is to give you guys the best tips and tricks so you can live your best life, so you can understand what's going on. Also make sure that we can get your health taken care of in a fashion, in a way that is good for you, that is not made up of pretty much information that's not based on science. If you haven't already, don't forget to smash that like button, like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and newsletter, where you can get great tips and get information that's accurate and hopefully can help out with your GI tract as well. So perfect. All right, next question I got here from Hello Boy. What are my thoughts on colon cleansing? All right, I love this question because colon cleansing sucks. It's terrible. It's not good for you. And there's no reason why you need to take a colon cleanse at all. Colon cleanses are not good for your gut. They're not good for your GI tract, and they can cause a lot of complications that can occur as well. So I am not a fan. In fact, I've had to send patients to surgery who took colon cleanses because they actually caused a complication from that. So absolutely, positively, do not take a colon cleanse. It's not good for you. It's not going to help out. It's going to make things worse for you. I do not recommend that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, next question. Hey, Dr. Islam, what are common causes of constipation and what are some options that we can do to hopefully get constipation taken care of. So a lot of people are suffering from constipation. When you look at the data, millions of people have constipation as an issue, and it can be an annoying issue because it's not only the inability to use the restroom, it can certainly cause other issues as well, including bloating, distension, nausea, vomiting, and things like that. So what are some common causes? So number one, we know that diet plays a significant role when it comes to constipation. If you have a, like I said before, a crappy diet, you're going to eat crappily, you're going to feel crappily, you're going to poop crappily as well. And a diet that's low in fiber is not going to make anything better for your GI tract. Number two is lack of water. Sometimes when we don't drink enough water, that can cause your gut to slow down, to decrease the motility, to make it more likely for you to be constipated as well. We know number three, lifestyle changes can make constipation worse, whether it is lack of sleep, lack of stress, or just not feeling good. We're not doing the things, the habits that we need to do to hopefully help out with constipation. That can make constipation worse. We know that medication certainly affect your ability to use the restroom. And I mentioned some of these: opiates, pain medication, anti-inflammatory medications, blood pressure medications. These are things that very commonly can make constipation a lot worse as well. And then lastly, we do know that just getting older can change the motility of your gut, or having sometimes some surgery can change the motility of your gut. And this can also affect constipation as well. So here are my recommendations to help treat your constipation naturally. Let's talk about diet recommendations and then lifestyle changes. So dietary options, I recommend number one, fiber. Fiber is the backbone when it comes to gut health. Now, the important thing about fiber is that it is a dual-edged sword, meaning having too much fiber too soon all at once can cause a lot of bloating. So you want to go low and go slow. So go maybe a fourth of a teaspoon and increase that slowly until you can finally get to the recommended fiber of at least 25 grams per day. Number two is that kiwis. Kiwis have been shown in multiple clinical studies to help out with constipation. It is nature's fiber punching food, has a lot of vitamins, minerals, and is good for you and can really help out with constipation. So add kiwis to your diet to help you go more effectively. Number three, you know that coffee acts as a stimulant for your gut. Whether it's decaf or caffeinated, have some coffee. It's going to help move things around, especially if you have coffee first thing in the morning. It actually stimulates what's called the gastrocolic reflex to move things through and help out with motility as well. Number four, mangoes are very effective for constipation. It can help you go. It has natural sugars in there to allow you to use the restroom more effectively. Then lastly, we do know that prunes help out. Whether it's prune juice or prunes themselves, or maybe even dates, can help out with constipation. These are natural dietary options that have been shown in clinical studies to help out with constipation. But there are some lifestyle tips I would recommend as well. So number one, you need to exercise. Your body likes to move. Your body wants to move around. Your gut needs that motility to move things through. And so the more you exercise, the more you can get your body going, the more you can get your body flowing to help you have a good bowel movement. Number two, try to manage your stress. I know it's easier said than done, but stress management does affect your gut, and it can hopefully improve your GI tract as well. So things like yoga, exercise, meditation, going for a simple walk are things that could really help out when it comes to constipation as well. Number three, we do know that making sure you have something hot in the morning can help stimulate what's called the gastrocolic reflex. So having that coffee in the morning can allow you to use the restroom. Number four, having good poop hygiene. This means going to the restroom at the same time every day and just making sure your body gets used to that rhythm of using the restroom. And then number five, don't have poor toilet habits, meaning don't be sitting on the toilet reading a magazine, reading social media, reading the news, because then your body gets used to not using the restroom in a way whenever you feel the urge. And so don't have those poor habits where you're going to make things worse for your GI tract, make things harder for you to use the restroom. So that's a very common question I get. Let me know in the comments down below if you have a question about constipation you want me to address. And don't forget to see us at Love Gastro, where we can help out with your constipation needs as well. All right, perfect. All right, let me see if I can go over some of the questions as well, here as well. All right. So Gina asks, they say if your poop floats, you have a problem with your gallbladder. So let's talk about that. So What does a fluting fluting? Let me say this one more time. So, question that was asked: what does it mean when my poop floats? Let me know in the comments down below if you guys are wondering about whether it may be a problem if your poop floats. So, what this typically means, it could mean a number of different things. So, number one, you may not have enough fiber in your diet. Fiber can act as a way to help keep that stool together so it doesn't always float up to the very top and get kind of crumbly and go away. But also number two, sometimes floating stool could be a sign of what's called fat malabsorption. Now, there could be a number of different reasons why you could be losing fat. One is that certain medications can make it more likely for you to lose fat. Number two, you could have certain conditions like pancreas issues or a condition called small intestinal bacterial overgrowth or SIBO that can cause fat to not be absorbed, that can cause your stools to float. Number three is that you could have too much bile in your stool that can cause your stool to float. And this is a very common reason for you to get bile is getting your gallbladder removed, because your gallbladder is an organ to store bile. And if you don't have the capability to store bile, it can be secreted into your colon to cause a floating stool to occur. And so just kind of keep that in mind. I will tell you, typically, we don't worry about a floating stool, but sometimes we do worry if you're having too much malabsorption, which that floating stool could be a sign of. And sometimes we'll do some testing to see exactly if that's the case and see exactly what is going on as well. All right, guys. Perfect. Well, let me see if I can answer any more questions on here. All right, I think that's pretty much all the questions I've seen so far, guys. All right. Perfect. All right, guys, I want to thank you for watching. So every Monday, we're going to go live on my social media streams. If you want to know if I'll be going live and what questions we'll be doing, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my newsletter, like, share, and subscribe to this. Let me know if you're watching this live or on the replay. Let me know where you're watching this at as well. So far, Christine Guyana, you are the winner of the furthest place that we're watching today. So you were the winner so far. Let me know what you guys think. Is this time a good time for you? If you have any changes you want to suggest, let me know. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Have a happy and healthy day. Thanks and take care, guys.